What's up, nerds?
John, what are you doing? Get out of here!
This is not my chair.
Okay, that was fun.
Being in Bookborn's room and commandeering the show.
Huge thanks to Bookborn for letting me do that, for taking part of that. That was a thrill. That was awesome. The whole con was awesome. Whole con. We are here to share some con stories because you weren't able to go with me. Some came up. I had to travel on my own, so I want to tell you everything that happened and kind of share with everybody how the trip was for me and just kind of go through it with everyone. And it was amazing. An amazing experience.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard all the stories, so I'm kind of excited about this. I get to hear everything that went down.
Yeah, I mean, you want to just start with like day one?
Let's do day one. Take me through the order.
Okay, let me throw this out there first.
Okay, we're not starting with day one. What's happening?
I do have some pictures.
Okay.
And you can flash them up here, but I'm the worst person at stopping what's going on and thinking to pull my phone out of and get a pic.
Yes.
I'm sure to the surprise of nobody.
I was going to say, I don't think anyone was expecting this of you.
I tend to get really into what's going on and don't think about grabbing my phone. So there's nowhere near as many pictures as we would have or anything if you would have been able to go with me. But I do still want to share all the stories, and we'll throw the pictures up there that I do have.
Correct. Yes.
All right. So day one, got there. And the first thing that happened, got down there, got to the hotel, got down to the con. Perfect, like 2-minute walk from my hotel to the con.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was absolutely perfect. And if that's not enough, there was like the best hot dogs on the sidewalk between me and the con.
Why is okay? This is going to be an hour long if I'm going to judge you on all these things.
I'm just telling you, these hot dogs were to die for. They were so good.
Why is your first instinct to show up in Seattle and go, you know what I need? Street hot dog right now.
It's not an instinct. It's just when I walk out of the hotel and I get turned to the convention center and I see me and somebody making the world's best hot dogs between the convention center, I'm getting a hot dog. That's all I'm saying.
You're like a cartoon animal floating toward a pie. This is...
Okay. And it's drool. Anyway,
great.
So that was the first thing I noticed.
I'm
it was
amazing. Such a
already on a high
you.
point. Yes, absolutely.
The first thing you did at Worldcon is
I didn't send it to you. Do you want me to send you the picture of the hot dog
stand?
I
don't want you to send me a picture of the hot dog stand.
Because I did take a picture of that.
I'm just going to put like a watermarked Getty stock photo picture of a hot dog stand. That's what I'll do.
I have the actual picture. Anyway, so I get there. The first thing I do is, you remember Dragonsteel? We kind of had the group we ran with that there was so many people, but I got in with that same group again. I got there. I texted. I met up with Bookborn, Pete from Ponderings of Pete, Kyle from Read by Kyle, Jake Bishop, Zach Argyle was there with us for a good chunk of the time. And it's like, this was my main running crew for the entire thing. And I just want to give a big, huge thank you and shout out to each and every one of these people that spent the con with me. They were my ride or die, and they took care of me. They made sure there was one point in time on the last day, Bookborn pulled a little bag of chocolate raisins out of her backpack for me because she thought I was starting to fade. Like, this is the kind of care that these amazing people took care of me. It's absolutely mind-blowing. They're the best people in the world, and I just have to thank them for spending so much time with me. I probably drove them crazy, but it was off the chart amazing. And then that day, we just were running around the con, looking at things, seeing everything that's going on there. And that first night ended up at the big Barnes & Noble fantasy author takeover.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, it was the Barnes & Noble. We all drove over, and there was Ryan Cahill was signing, and Zach Argyle was signing, and Shauna Lawless was signing, and Andy Peliquin was signing, and I know I'm missing some. It was I think there was 12 authors packed in there, all signing, and the energy was off the chart amazing. Everybody was having a great time. We all hung out. they had to kick us out of the Barnes and Noble.
Did
That's how
they
much fun we
really?
were having.
I didn't know that.
They came over and said, they gave us that very, very kind. We're so happy you had your event here. This is so wonderful.
Please get out.
You may want to start boxing things up because we're closing in 15 minutes. And then they would come back. It was such a joy hosting you. You may want to start boxing things up because we were just like, it was one of those, when you're having that special time and you just don't want to let go of it.
Yeah.
And it was that. People were buying, there were several folks there that were walking with stacks of like 2 or 3 stacks of books under each arm because you don't get signings where you're from.
Right.
And this gives you the potential, the possibility to get a load of signed books from some of your favorite authors. It was just so much fun. Everybody was just having a great time, and we had a lovely time with that. I
think especially day one of a con, you usually feel like, oh, I need to suck all this up. Yeah, like your brain doesn't comprehend that you're probably going to be seeing all these people for a few times the next few days. But it's, I need all of that.
That's true. Yeah. I think that high is there of like, oh my gosh, we're all here, and it was a huge party. And we all went out, we had something to eat. And then after we had a little something to eat, I got introduced to what's one of the most important aspects of con life.
Oh, please tell me.
It's called BarCon.
What? Okay, right next to the hot dog stand is where BarCon is?
Generally, it happened at the Sheridan Bar every night. It seemed to be where most people were close to. BarCon is everybody packs in after the con is shut down. Everyone packs in and spends time together and has a few drinks and has a great time and cuts loose. And BarCon is where it's at, man. If you're in the con during the day, you're starting to feel a little bit, I've been in this line. My feet are bothering me a little bit. I could take a rest. Take that rest so you're fresh as a daisy for BarCon. That is my professional tip after this trip to WorldCon Seattle.
Jeez. That's the Johnny tip right there. That's important.
BarCon is where the fun happens. And I want to give a very, very special thank you right here to Ryan Cahill, first night of BarCon. You weren't traveling with me, and I was a little bit lost.
Right.
Because we had plans. We had a lot of things written down that we wanted to do and video we wanted to get, and we were going for these reasons. And I have to admit, I felt a little bit, bit lost.
I would imagine.
And Ryan sat down with me, night one of BarCon, kind of took me under his wing, kind of told me, this is your first WorldCon. This is what you want to do. This is what you spend your time doing. This is where it all happens. This is who you meet. This is the friends you can make. That's all you're doing. You're hanging out. You're having fun. You're meeting. You're making friends. That's it. That's your whole goal. He took all the pressure off. He was such a lovely, lovely man to spend the time with me, take all the pressure off. And from that moment on, things were just easy.
What a guy. Ryan Cahill's the best.
Just lovely, lovely man.
Yeah.
Just every interaction I had with him. And I had so many over the weekend. It was phenomenal. So closed up BarCon.
Oh my God. Did they kick you out of BarCon?
They kind of kicked us out of BarCon.
Did they really? I was joking.
We kind of closed the place down. So went back to my room, got some sleep. So that was a long day.
Yeah.
Because of the time change, I felt like it's like, I'm getting into bed here, not too late. And then I realized in my time, it's 3 hours later that I'm getting into bed.
Yeah, which I believe you went to bed around midnight, so that would be 3 a.m.
Little bit later than that. I think it was a little bit later.
Really?
But anyway, well worth it.
I would say so.
That's all I'm going to say.
So day 2, please tell me the first thing you did after getting 3 hours of sleep was get up and grab a hot dog.
No, they wouldn't set up until the afternoons.
Why is that the only thing holding you back from getting a hot dog at 7 a.m.? The answer should have been, I don't want a hot dog at 7 a.m.
Oh, you would be incorrect there, my friend.
So what did happen day 2?
What did happen is, here's the big, huge thing that happened for me on day 2 is I had my table talk. I was very nervous about this.
Yeah.
Very nervous.
Explain what the table talk is.
A table talk is where you come into a room at the con, and because for whatever reason, I was a panelist. I was a part of the programming for the con. They give you a table talk as well. And you come into a very small, intimate room, and there's big tables laid out, and you grab one for yourself. And anyone that signs up that wants to spend an hour with you as one of the main program participants of the con can come in and sit down and hang out and talk with you for an hour. Shout out here to Ed Grifkin, my guy, my brother, had my back on this. He signed up for me because I was scared to death I was going to be like, I mean, when you were with me, it's like, okay, we'll have some time. We'll chart our day.
I think in a weekly reader, we even said like, oh, we get a table. Oh, that'll be the time that we just hang out with each other.
Sure. Absolutely. So Ed had my back. He was like, hey, I signed up for you. You're not going to be alone. We'll hang out. It's like, perfect. I'll just hang out with Grifkin. No problems here. Right. A couple lovely people walked in. Now, I don't want to throw their names out here because I didn't ask them permission, and I don't want to be rude in any way, shape, or form. Right. But I do want to tell you about these experiences because these people came in, and I was a little bit floored. And I was like, okay, what do we want to talk about? It's your dime. You guys came in and sit down. I can talk to Grifkin anytime. I'm just going to be here for you guys. And, they started letting me know why they chose to sit down at my table and what they wanted to talk about. And one was this lovely professor of linguistics at UCLA.
Yeah.
And he's working on rebuilding the indigenous language of the LA Basin, which has been lost. And his academic work has led over into his creative work as he's writing his epic fantasy. He's using these not the exact language he's rebuilding, but he's using his powers of linguistics, much like Tolkien did, to layer in these reality aspects of language and expression and these kind of things in his work. And if that wasn't enough, he works with his son. His son is so far his editor, might become his co-writer because they're having so much fun working and riffing with each other, right?
Yeah.
So he was like, obviously I want to talk to you because you guys work as a family. I want to get some tips from you. I want to talk to you about BookTube because we're kind of interested in maybe dipping our toe in that water. And it was just so lucky he sat down at my table.
Makes my heart all warm and fuzzy, man. That's just so cool.
I was absolutely.
Also,
I thought I would get to hang out.
That book sounds like it's gonna rock whenever it comes out.
That book sounds amazing, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. And it goes deeper. It's kind of a epic fantasy, post-apocalyptic of some things that have gone wrong. He sold it really well. It was a great time, great discussion, lovely man. Lucky, feel like I hit the lottery that he came and sat at my table, and we got to have some time together.
Right.
Also, there was a very young girl sat down and said, again, academic career, going to school to become in the sciences, in the STEM world, right? And but she's been reawakened. She used to love to write picture books as a young person. Our channel, some other channels, other things has kind of inspired her. She's been reawakened. She started to write, and she started this journey, and she's starting with short stories, and she wanted to talk about her work and her journey as an artist that's just starting out, and where she is, and tips that she needs to move forward on that journey, as well as fitting it into an academic career. So, again, I don't know how lucky I get. To spend time with someone like that professor and someone just starting out of their journey. We had the most amazing conversation. We could have talked for far longer than an hour. It was moving and emotional and just filling. I stood up from the table and thanked everyone and made sure we had a way to get in contact, down the road so I could understand more about their work and we could keep in contact. And then the rest of the day I was walking on air. I felt like it's one of those situations where it's like I feel like I filled the well. I filled the well. I truly, it was the thing I was dreading the most of sitting there, and then it was going to be cool because Grifkin had my back. It turned out to be one of the absolute high points of the con for me.
That's like, I can't explain how cool that is. Like that just makes me so happy to hear that.
And the stories just get great from there. After that, I'm not sure if it happened this day or another day, but I caught up with my buddy John Picacio.
Yes, John Picacio, who is, God, if you don't know who John Picacio is, his art is incredible. He's an amazing painter.
I believe John Picacio is one of the most celebrated, awarded artists in the SF&F space of the past decade.
Yes.
Think of an award, it is on his mantle probably more than once.
Yeah.
And we were able to get caught up to eat. He used to be a good friend of ours when we lived back in Texas. We had both been models for his stuff, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we got to catch up, and I got to hear about his new project. And he took a little time out of his busy day there at the con, and he made a little short with us. Please check that short out so you can see what John Picasso has coming your way. Maybe you can do a little picture of the short here or something. It's like,
I will slide the book in or something while you explain it.
Yeah, he has not only done all the art for this, he co-wrote. This is his first work as a writer. And get this, co-wrote this amazing picture book with Lee Bardugo. Like, I mean, if you're going to jump in with the A-team.
Yeah.
So
excited for this, man. Check this book out. Just look up some images of it. It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful book.
In the short, he opens it up a little bit and shows a little bit off. It's coming out later this month. This is one of those picture books that don't think it's a kid's book. I think this is something that's going to hit for everybody, and it's so beautiful. It's one of those that you just kind of leave on your coffee table. It's one of those special ones.
Yeah.
And I really checked this out. So it was so fun to get caught up with John again after not having seen him for so many years. And then we I would say capped the night off, but we didn't entirely. As you kind of saw the cold open here, the amazing Bookborn opened her house, had so many people over to spend some time together and have a little party and have it was unbelievable, the spread she put out. Unbelievable, the graciousness that they invite us into their home and spent time with us. And I couldn't get over it. I felt like the luckiest person in the world to be included and there. And it was just, I'm running out of superlatives, but just a huge thank you to her to open her home up like that. And then while she's rushing around trying to be the hostess with the mostest and talking to everybody and getting everything ready, she allows me to shoot that little silliness there. And we have some fun with that. So just a huge thank you. I will never be able to thank her and Zach and their whole family for allowing us to spend some time in their lovely home.
They seem so nice.
Oh, there's people you meet that are just special.
Yeah.
And she makes that list for me. There's no two ways about it. And the reason I didn't say that we didn't cap the night off there.
Did you go back to BarCon?
Was because BarCon, gotta do it.
You gotta cap off every night with BarCon. Pick up a hot dog and head over to BarCon.
Well, no, hot dogs are gone. This is late. This is later in the day.
You don't want an 11 p.m. hot dog?
Oh, I want one. They just aren't there. There's a hot dog window. There's a hot dog window you have to be a part of.
Oh boy, what happened at BarCon that night?
Oh, I don't. All the nights bleed together, but there were just amazing moments at BarCon with, oh my gosh, just the faces that come to me. Taylor from TaylorMade, P.L. Stewart, Ryan Cahill, Pippin the Took was there. Amazing person I met. Luke, amazing person I met. AR with him. JC and Byrne. We just cornered a table and hung out and just cut up for, I think, a good hour or so. I was with those guys having the most fun. My sides hurt. I was laughing so much with those guys. And it was just like, Adrian Gibson, MJ Kuhn, like the guys from Yeah, Greta Kelly, the guys from SFF Podcast were always there. It's just from one stop to another, it's just this parade of unbelievable faces and people that want to hang out and share a good time with you and swap stories with you and talk about story with you and, buy you a drink. You can buy them a drink. It was BarCon's where it's at, man.
So many people and so many names that I don't even remember half of them now.
Oh, it's got to bed late again. That's all I'm going to say there.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah. Just a quick break in the action to thank all of our correspondents, directors, and producers on Patreon. These people keep the lights on. They make decisions for us because we don't know what we're doing. We're not great at making the decisions around here. The decisions all the way from what I'm going to read next, what the book club of the month Patreon pick is going to be, but all the way up to video ideas and what we're going to do here on the channel coming up for you. If you're interested or you want to find out how you can be a part of this, right down there in the description box, click the Patreon link. It's got all the answers for you. And once again, thank you to all of these fine people that are helping us build the channel, our correspondents, directors, and producers. I slept in a little bit the next day, but I did get going pretty quickly. Day 3 was the day of our panel. Now, I'm not sure if it was day 3 or not, but Ed had my back, so I met up Ed and bought him breakfast. So we kind of, I can't remember if it was day 3 or not, but we started a day off, me picking up breakfast, hanging out with Ed for breakfast. That was really great. Ed kind of had my back through a lot of the con. Two old guys looking out for each other a little bit, I think, we didn't spend like every moment, but we would bump into each other constantly. And it's like, did you get what you need? Did you get that from that line? Or how you doing? Like, that kind of thing. So we grabbed breakfast together. I think that was that day. I'm not quite sure. That day was the day I believe I had that little meeting with the Giacomo, who we've talked about before on the Weekly Reader.
Yeah, Giacomo's amazing.
Giacomo, who's starting off this, and it's kind of already off. The big launch, I believe, is 2026, but you can kind of go there and get on the ground floor of his Branches YouTube channel. He has big dreams, huge vision. He actually has a master's degree in book publishing, and he's trying to make this unbelievable hub for all of us artists and readers and illustrators and writers together, a place for us to share resources. He kind of told me to scale how he, all the way up that he sees it, and it's just so exciting, and absolutely go check it out and get on the ground floor of that. So I had that conversation with him.
And if you want a little more information on that, if you go back to our previous Weekly Reader, I think there's a chapter in there called Giacomo's Project or something like that, where we go a little more in detail.
Absolutely. And day 3 was the day of my actual panel.
Oh, yeah. How did the panel go? How terrified were you, first of all?
You know what? It was a little, I can't say I was a little nervous.
Sure.
Because you're at Worldcon and you're an official panelist. I haven't been official panelist a lot of times, but once we got rolling, you look, Palmer Pickering, the moderator with the most, kept everything rolling, kept everything going so well. JCM Byrne, hilarious stories that he could tell. Of course, Bookborn, that has all the insights that you could possibly want. I'm just there having a good time. We covered the power of BookTube, why long-form content, how indie authors can interact with BookTube, how to start in BookTube if you want. There was a lot of writers in the room, and we wanted to not leave out like how authors could utilize that and some steps they could take to use BookTube. It was a great panel. It was a great time. We had a lot of laughs. It was one of those times where I think there's panels where you come in and you shake hands and you meet each other for the first time and sit down. Yeah. And that was not the case.
Yeah.
We were all just kind of ready to cut up and have fun from the very get-go. So it was very lively, very fun. We had great interaction during the panel and after the panel. Some of the people that I had met earlier in the day, and not just writers, but viewers, and I would love to share names, but I did not ask their permission. So many people came up, asked where you were, said how much they enjoy the channel.
Really?
Shook our hands. Yes. took stickers, and some of them came up after the panel to get photos or shake hands again, hang out a little bit. And it was just not only during the panel, but after the panel, interaction was just great. So much fun.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And the amazing Palmer Pickering swapped books with me.
Oh, great. So you got Palmer Pickering's book.
I got a signed copy of Heliotrope. She took a signed copy of Discovery. It was a really cool moment. Adrian Gibson, same thing. I got a signed copy of Mushroom Blues.
Mushroom Blues? I might have to borrow that from you. I really want to.
And he's going to hit you up with a code for the audiobook because he knows you prefer audiobooks.
Yes, I need to respond to that message. That I don't know if he's watching this or not. I assume you're not. But if you are, oh my God, thank you, Andrew. I'll reply to you there too, but thank you.
We hung out so much.
I said Andrew. I'm tired.
We hung out so much and had the best time. We shared an Uber one night, and he and I fell into this Goodfellas New Jersey accent monologue thing. And for the whole trip, we were just going back and forth in the New Jersey voice.
Yeah.
Someone should have recorded it. That's all I'm going to say.
I immediately love Adrian and can't wait to meet him.
Oh, you and Adrian would be like this.
That's
like you
awesome.
guys would be joined at the hip. It was hilarious. Great time. Fun person. So much fun with him. And then, so at the end of day 3, I think that's most of it. At the end of day 3, BarCon.
I have more BarCon?
No, every night is BarCon. There's never a night that's not BarCon. This BarCon, I think this was the night that was a little bit interrupted because John Picacio got me into a private party up in one of the suites there at the Sheraton.
Explain this, because this blew my mind.
Okay, so John Picacio, I can't remember how many years back. It was a good number of years back. Did the official Game of Thrones calendar, did all the art for the calendar.
Right, which was amazing. Right. Look at that art. It's incredible.
Put yourself up there.
I was Bran Stark in the calendar.
Jakob modeled for Bran Stark.
Yeah.
So the art's beautiful. So this kind of got him on the inside with George. He got to meet George. John knows everybody. Like just that's what I learned at the con.
And everybody should know John. He's great.
So knowing George, John Picacio, I believe, kind of got into the inside of what's called the Brothers Without Banners, which is the true hardcore Game of Thrones fans. The Song of Ice and Fire fans. And they host and throw their own private party upstairs. And John kind of had me come up and meet everybody because he's just the nicest guy in the world and was taking care of me. And it was so much fun to meet everybody up there. Just what an experience. How much fun it was to meet everybody and talk about A Song of Ice and Fire with those hardcore fans like that. And just kind of to be up in a sweet party for a second. It was a real con experience. I really appreciate John looking out for me.
That's so cool.
Kind of putting his hand out and getting me into the kind of behind closed doors con party. Yeah, it was really neat. It was really neat. But after that, BarCon.
BarCon, of course, BarCon. BarCon.
More BarCon. Yeah.
What happened at BarCon this time? Do you remember, or did it all bleed together?
I can't. Everything kind of runs together.
Were there too many drinks at this BarCon? You don't know what happened?
I can't even remember. I think this was the night when Taylor introduced me to Bullet Rye Bourbon, and it was a very, very good choice.
Man, Taylor sounds awesome too. Now I want to meet Taylor in person.
There is not a person that's not awesome.
Yeah.
Full stop. Just everyone.
Was PL there too? I really wish I got to meet PL.
Oh, PL had a lot of BarCon experiences, a lot of con experience. I ran into PL quite a bit.
Yeah.
Had a great time with him and his lovely wife. Got to meet her. And that wrapped up. Actually.
Did anything big happen on day 4? Or was day 4 kind of a rest day?
Day 4, pretty much the thing that sticks in my mind was like just goodbyes. I'm trying to just, all these faces, like, of course, my Ryder dies, my Kyles, my Jakes, my Bookborns, my Zach, the people that I had been in line with and hanging out with the whole time. I have to see him one more time. We all have to say our goodbyes, and it's like goodbyes linger at cons is what I found out. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go over here and do this, but if I don't see you again, so you might have 8 or 9 goodbyes because you don't know. You just don't know. So it was just it was just full of goodbyes, and we all knew it was kind of coming to an end, and we all knew it was we're about to get off the best ride attraction on the park. You know, It had been amazing. It had been great, but it was slowing down and we were about to get off. Everyone was pretty tired, but everyone was still just having so much fun with each other. I will say the one thing I do want to say that I might have missed is on day 3.
Oh, okay.
Jonathan from Words and Time showed up.
Yes.
So he got there a little bit late, but we touched base and we know we wanted to meet each other. So I did get to hang out with him a good chunk on that day. He got there a little bit later, but we got to hang out in some lines and have some great conversations, and just, again, amazing person. Like everyone we had him on Talking with Tubers once. So,
right.
But he was doing the con right.
What do you mean?
He was doing con and Seattle.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, he took the time to not only do con, but hit the Science Fiction Museum and see he did.
Why didn't you go do that?
Oh, I don't know.
That would have been so cool.
I think if I'd have known he was doing that, I might have tried to tag along, but he kind of just hit me up. I was trying to find him on the phone, and he told me where he was, and I was like, the things he got to see there.
Yeah. Now,
great stories. So
speaking of big history involved with the things on that topic, I don't know if you want to answer this or not, but do you want to say what gifts maybe you received from some very kind people?
I'm going to hold that for the book haul.
Okay. Because they are very special. I didn't know if you wanted to say it now or later. They're very special.
I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared to talk about that yet. Let me just say that. It was
you might
so
start
touching.
Crying.
I have to give myself a little bit of space.
Yeah.
So I'll wait for the book haul for that. But there are some special things in the book haul coming up.
Very special thing. Well, if you don't want to talk about that, then I will say, is that was everything that happened, I assume?
I have a little chunk here of just one more thing I do want to cover. A very special thank you on the last day.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting packed up. I'm going to go down and catch the light rail with Ed and head to the airport because we went together, looking out for each other until the very end. And went down for breakfast in the hotel. Excuse me. And sitting next to me was they just seated me next to him was Bryce from Wraithmark Book.
Yeah.
Author and
CEO of Wraithmark. What a person to just be randomly sat next to.
This is Worldcon, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't want to bother him. Obviously I know who he was, and we just got to talking over breakfast, and he was so giving of his time and so generous, and he had so many insights of honestly, we're such newbies here into the indie publishing world that a lot of times we're looking at each other and not quite knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
Bryce was so kind and giving. He was able to kind of crack the code of where we are and what we've done, and it was a very, very interesting professional outside perspective that he was just free and a lovely person to give and share over breakfast. And I was just so touched by that. I really want to thank him for his time, because I just thought that was beyond generous to do that.
Yeah. And that I knew about, because I think it was really you texted me and Mom and said, all right, I'm on my way to the airport. I'm just going to grab breakfast. And then 15, 20 minutes later, you texted us. So I just met Bryce from Wraithmark. I was like, I thought it was over. I thought this was the end.
I thought it was over. Yeah,
how did you possibly meet another person?
Exactly. That's Worldcon, baby.
Yeah.
So that was kind of, and then I hopped on the train with Ed and I went out. The only other thing I kind of have left is some of the highlights that will live with me. Yeah. Sights of the con, highlights of the con. actually getting to shake George R.R. Martin's hand and get a book signed.
Man, you shook his hand? I didn't know that. That's
Shook
cool.
his hand. Thanked him for his work. I mean, you
How
can
many
imagine
years-
the line.
Oh, of course. How many years have you been reading George R.R. Martin, though? That had to be a moment.
It was such a moment. And my guy Kyle, again, looked out for me the whole time, trying to get some video or footage or pictures of me meeting George and getting my book signed.
Yeah.
And you know me, I'm more concerned with the folks behind me and getting in and out of the
Right.
way. He's like, I couldn't even get pictures of you. Why are you moving so fast? But I had just enough time to shake his hand, thank him for his work, tell him it was so important to me, get a book signed. Just what a moment. What a moment. That book will be special forever.
Yeah. And
For several reasons.
for several reasons.
Yeah.
And what a master as well.
Oh, master. And this other highlight for me as a master as well, I went to the question and answer session and then the reading with Brandon Sanderson. He did a reading from Ghost Bloods that he's working on now, and he had a big, I'm going to say it was an hour, 40 minutes was Q&A.
Yeah.
And he kind of started off, and I found this so interesting, the Q&A, because he explained the timeline that we're in, of why it's going to be so long to get that next Stormlight book, when we all know how fast Brandon can write.
Oh, God, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and he kind of explained it in the way like, you know, the publishing world moves slowly. You turn a manuscript in. Oftentimes it's 24 months. And in that 24 months, you can use that time. You get a better relationship with the editor. You can tinker. You can work. You can use that time. He says now if you are lucky enough to become successful, and the publisher knows that, oh, you could mean something to our fiscal year if we get it out sooner. That 24 months can become 18, can become 12. And for Brandon Sanderson, that lag time between manuscript being turned in and it hitting the bookstore shelves had become 6 months.
Oh, my God.
Exactly. So he was letting us all know that he had approached his publishers and had asked for and received that time back. He's going to be on a more traditional publishing schedule. So he's going to have the time that he has always had on the back end, post-production kind of things, to get everything the way he wants it, to take the time to maybe move a little bit more slower, meticulously. And he seemed very excited about that he would be able to have that kind of schedule moving forward. And that's one of the big reasons why we're looking at that time lag to get the next Stormlight Archive book.
Wow. Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense then.
Yeah. And again, I think it just shows, for me, it was just so stunning to see an artist on that level who still puts the art first. It's still craft for him.
Right.
He still wants to put his nose to the grindstone and work that hard instead of just, let's get that next one out. It's still very much the art for him. And I was really taken with that. So that was a real moment for me. And the other moment for me was the SFF podcast that they did live. And this was, not only were there giants on the stage, but I had spent so much time by this point with Adrian Gibson and Greta Kelly and MJ Kuhn, and got to know them and had so much fun with them. And to watch them have that moment and be on that stage and go to the lunch to meet everybody and get to know them and then go on the stage with them, and to see them have that experience and to see them knock it out of the park the way they did. It was an amazing panel. The guests were vibrant and funny. George R.R. Martin was cracking me up.
Really?
Like he was hilarious. They were all vibrant. The questions were great. The topics were engaging. Everything about that panel was everything you'd hoped it would be. And it was such a moment for my new friends. And it was such a moment for me to watch them to get to have that moment. Loved it. It will live rent-free forever. That SFF podcast that they had at the con was truly special.
Yeah. And you left early.
I did have to leave I had to duck out a little early because we were getting in line because George was signing right after that. And if you wanted a book signed by George, you had to get lined up.
Yeah.
You had to get there. Yeah. So I did have to, I didn't want to, but I did have to sneak out a little early. And the last unforgettable moment for me is we did go to the Hugo Awards.
Oh, I don't know that I heard about this.
Oh, there's a picture of that, of all of us sitting there waiting for the awards. We did go to the Hugo Awards, and it was just, you're at the Hugo Awards, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's pretty cool. So there's a picture of us all sitting there together waiting for the award ceremony. We didn't stay there for the whole thing. We stayed for a couple of awards just so we could say, hey, we were at the Hugos.
We went to the Hugos. Yeah.
Yeah, we went to the Hugos that year. So those are just all the kind of things that I think live rent-free for me, really high points of the con. Images that will not soon, if ever, go away. And just so many faces, Ryan Cahill and Shauna Lawless and AR are with him, and JC and Byrne and Adrian Gibson and Pippin the Took and Jonathan and Taylor and MJ Kuhn and Greta Kelly and Michael Michelle and Andy Peliquin and PL Stewart and Luke Paul and Mike Molman and this is not even anywhere near everybody that I had the joy to spend time with and hang out with. Of course, my ride or dies of Kyle and Pete and Jake.
Yeah.
Bookborn and Zach and just everyone we've mentioned that I got to meet. It was a huge gift and made me feel full and energized and lucky to be a part of this community. I still am not sure how we ended up here, but what a trip.
Who knows? I don't know if we'll deserve it, but I will say this. And I'm going to get sentimental here for a moment. A while ago, I said the reason that I was so excited about Worldcon is because if I zoom out and I think about like what to me is the most impactful and fun thing that I'll always remember that we've done during Talking Story, and it was going to Dragonsteel with you.
Yeah.
And the reason was that just it was so cool to have the experience of seeing a lot of people be really excited to see my dad.
Well,
and want to hang out with my dad and meet him and that was just really cool. And I was excited to go to Worldcon so that now I'm more part of the channel. I'm excited to meet these people too, right? And I didn't get to go, but what I will say is it was so cool and so heartwarming to hear that just day after day, night after night, you were just hanging out with your friends, and that made me so happy. Because we moved away from Texas, then COVID was a thing, and now you have BookTube. And it was just so cool to hear that, oh, my dad's just having a great time with friends right now. That meant a lot to me, and I'm sure it meant a lot to you too.
Well, this is the gift you built for us now. For us.
Sure.
That
yeah.
we have these amazing relationships. And there was not one person that came up to me that didn't ask where you were. Not one.
Man.
Not one.
That's
and
nice.
It was, I think it was the same kind of feeling for me to see all those people come up and ask where you were. It was really cool.
Yeah. Really
cool.
Do you wish you were there? Were you there and didn't get to meet him? Too bad.
Yeah.
You'll never see him again. We're not going. It's over.
Hit us up in comments. Let us know how lucky you are. We're going to answer every comment that comes in because that's the whole point we built this channel, was to talk to everybody about books and bookish cons and bookish trips and meeting each other in real life and how awesome that is. Hit the like button. That helps us meet new folks. I know it seems silly, but it sure does work. And every new folk we bring in here, that just makes us all richer. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hey, join this group. If these stories haven't convinced you yet, these are the most amazing people. You join them, you become a part of them. You're going to get a tingle. You're going to get a tingle when you hit that subscription button, without a doubt. So that's it. That's all my con memories. I'm sure I missed stuff.
Oh, of course. But it's all a blur from all the hot dogs and alcohol you had at BarCon.
That's 100% true.
Yeah. I really wish I had the care and attention to put a little time code of how long we've been talking about hot dogs during this episode.
I'm sending you the picture because I do have it. Oh, thanks everybody for joining us here on Talking Story.